No introduction. Okay. All right. We're going to be doing a blind reaction here. Sully found apparently a couple of videos. And is there any like preamble we need for this?
So this actually goes into the fear of God and everything else. So we've gone over this many times.
Oh, right.
Everything else, but it's just in a different perspective.
Okay. So we're just going to jump right in. I hope the audio works right.
Right.
Do you remember what you said?
No.
You don't realize it, but God's always around you. You said, look at all the good things that are happening to you. Look at the impact you're making on the people that listen. And how could you not see that? And I just kept saying, I was like, I can't believe it. And you said, the reason you can't believe it is because you've never made room for him. We're always busy.
Okay, so are they interviewing? Are these two people interviewing each other?
So this guy right here, his name's Sean Ryan. He's actually a former Navy SEAL CIA agent. He actually fought in the Afghanistan war, and he actually decides to make his own company to help out different things. He interviews a lot of different people.
Okay.
So, and then she, I do believe, is religious, because this is the first religious one that I've seen on him. I've sent you other ones where he talked about to the child predator one and a couple other ones.
Okay.
But this is the first religious one I've seen.
Okay. So you've never made room for him.
Doing all these other things.
So obviously this is done fast, and it's like a preamble to the episode, but it's a little short. But it's still the fact that, like, finding God in your own heart, he's everywhere, but people haven't found room for him.
Well, and that's the point, though.
Right.
That's the point. If God, and I think this is what we miss often, and this, honestly, this has a lot to do with paganism, Sully. This is almost exclusively with paganism. Paganism says that God is out there in the ether, and he doesn't exist here.
Right.
Okay, and that's the vast difference between Christianity and actually not even Christianity. I can't even say Christianity. The Judeo-Christian belief is that God is here. He wants to be here. He wants to be present. And the only reason I say want is because we push him away, and he's a gentleman. The Bible says he's a gentleman. He's not going to force his way in with a knife and a hammer, and let me in. He just sits there and knocks on the door and says, let me in, please. Hey, I'm here, kind of thing. And he brings up a really good point about the one phrase that caught me when I watched this was that he said, you're not making room for him.
Right.
Well, that's with all relationships.
Right.
You're not, if you can't, and this is honestly why marriages fail, because I'm marrying this person because she brings something to the table. And the moment you don't bring that something to the table, wife, then I'm out. And that's the way that most marriages work. But that's the fact is that's not how relationships work.
Right.
Relationships, I need to make room in my life for her, because quite frankly, I'm going to be sleeping with her, eating with her, navigating life with her. Like, someone is literally invading my space, completely invading my space. Right.
Right.
And that's the point in getting married, is because you now share the most intimate part of your life with this other person. And that's the way it is with God too.
Right.
So I think that was a really good phrase about that. Like, you got to make room for him.
Right. And like these have actually caught my eye. I haven't seen the one that I really wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
Let's try to see the next one and actually go from there.
Okay.
Because it might show up in the next one. Because if not, then we're gonna have to figure out how to do the TikTok thingy. Right.
All right. Let me see if I can pull this one in. Copy link. And let's paste and go. Here we go. Whoop. Let me pull it up. All right. Here we go.
I left home at 18, went to the SEAL teams, went to war at a very young age, stayed at war until my mid-30s.
When you were overseas and
Whoa, mid-30s.
Yes.
Man, this guy was career military.
Yes. A lot of the guys I actually listen to are actually
Wow.
retired out of the military, and I like to hear their stories. And this guy's one of them.
Wow. Okay.
deploying and on missions, did you pray?
We had the Covenant shooting. A trans active shooter walked into a school. I got asked to come up there and do a security assessment. You can see everything, and you can see where the kids.
So this was the just recent one. The
Yes.
shooting just like what, 2 months ago? It wasn't very long ago.
Wasn't it in Alabama or something like
I
that?
don't remember where it is, but I remember it was 3 teachers were killed and 3 students,
Right.
I think, or was it a 9 total of 9? It was tragic. A lot of little kids died, and a lot of adults. Either way, I mean, it's more. It seems to me more tragic when it's a young kid. But so he was asked to come in.
Yes, considered a consultant because of his background.
Okay.
Like I said, military, CIA,
Security.
like,
Okay.
You're pretty high tier.
To reassess the school after in the aftermath of it.
Right.
Okay.
We're trying to get away.
Like,
Yeah,
how
but
could there be a God if this stuff's happening?
I wanted to know where my people are that were raised with the same values as me.
I knew, obviously, how angry you were.
I felt like
Wow.
we were the only ones left.
See, but that's good though. I mean,
Right.
honestly, I love the question of, and I wish there were people that didn't shirk, like Christians that did not shirk from this question. Pardon me, flipping my camera around here. I wish that there were so many more people that wouldn't shirk from this question. This is the preeminent, and I'm gonna quote a pastor that I listened to. His name is David Ashrick. He said literally, if we cannot answer the question of evil and if there's a good God, why is there evil in the world? If we don't even have an inkling of an answer, then we might as well pack up our bags and go home. There's
Right.
no point in having the conversation. There's nothing here.
So the other one, I would really like to bring it up. I don't even know if we just want to do the audio on one of them because it's the same guy. It's
Okay.
the same interview. I can just bring up the audio and let it play through my laptop,
Sure, go ahead.
and then we'll go from there.
We'll see.
But this really got to me
Okay,
because this was an interesting
man, these are
topic.
good, man. I wish I could
Dude, it
split these
was.
up
No,
because
this guy right here.
I don't know the question of the goodness of God and the goodness of the universe. If God is so good, then why is there evil in the world? It's that is the question that needs to be answered. Now, mind you, I'm going to
Right.
tell you right now, there is no answer. Truthfully, there really is no answer, because no matter what the answer, no matter what answer we come up with, it's always going to be insufficient to some degree. And I mean, I can spout as best as I can and how best it would sound, but I don't think there's any answer that anybody could give for the goodness of God if there's evil in this world. But I think the best answer in my mind, personally, the best answer in my mind is not even free will. Love, honestly, is the best answer, because in order to have love, you need free will.
Right.
And in order to have free will, you need to have risk. And in order to have risk, you need the ability to say no.
And be vulnerable.
Yes. Yeah. Or to be the possibility of victimhood needs to be there in order to have free will.
Right.
Yeah. And that's, we need to be able to have that risk in order for God to, if God is love, as Bible says, 1 John 4:8 says that God is love. If God truly is love, then he needs to be able to have that risk.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's important. Go ahead, real quick.
Try this.
All of a sudden, you'll start believing. I can attest to that because there are a multitude of experiences that I had where I was 100% certain in my head, this is it.
That's
Wow.
crazy to believe. That's so far from what I believe. I can't imagine being in those positions and not praying.
When you've been in that position enough times and you've seen enough people die and you've had enough friends die and you've seen what Al Qaeda, ISIS, Taliban was doing to our people. You see things that nobody else will ever see. They can't even comprehend what
Yeah.
you saw.
So if anything, that makes you question, like, how could there be a God? This stuff's
Again, like
Yeah.
we go back to that same question. Like at the beginning of this, I know the fact that I cut off Justin a little bit, but he
Okay.
said the thing that got me is there are no atheists in a foxhole. Like straight up.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
what? You no atheists in a foxhole? Like
Right.
I'm confused. But and just so everyone understands this, a foxhole is where a hole that you dug to try to get away from bullets or artillery fire.
Right.
So you're trying to protect yourself and you dig yourself a hole in the ground. That's what a foxhole is. So there's no atheists in a foxhole because they're all sitting there praying the fact that they're not going to die.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, no, I think these are good. I think these are really
Yes.
good. Well, thanks. This was a quick, very, very quick
Oh,
one. I think
yes.
this is one of our quickest lives, but I really like this reaction here. So,
Oh yeah, it was good.
All right.
I liked
Awesome.
it. All right.
all right, man. We'll see you guys later.
Yep. See you guys later. All right. Bye.